This student with dreadlocks hid the answers in his hair. Whenever he came across a question he didn't know, all he had to do was tug his hair and the answers would appear. Meanwhile, this girl used her earring as a magnifying glass by zooming in on her nails. She could look the answers. And then there were the cross-eyed students. You'd think they were just daydreaming, but in reality, the answers were hidden inside the floral shirt of the student sitting in front of them. Even worse, another girl pretended to have an eye disease and wrote the answers inside her eye patch. Even printed formulas directly onto their clothes. At that moment, the muscle guy suddenly ripped open his shirt, revealing his entire body covered in answers. He jumped onto a desk, striking all kinds of poses to showcase the answers. The other students immediately started copying them down. Meanwhile, the proctor was too busy crawling on the floor, looking for his eraser. The students thought they had fooled the examiner in the room, not realizing that the dean had been watching everything from the outside. The dean rushed into the classroom and grabbed the dreadlock student, recording the whole thing on camera. When the next exam began, a student wrapped in bandages was carried into the room. The moment he sat down, he pulled out a remote control and projected the answers onto the blackboard. Everyone scrambled to copy them, but just then, the proctor turned around. The muscle guy spotted it in time, poked the bandaged student, and told him to shut it off. They barely managed to turn the screen off before being caught. While the examiner wasn't looking, a girl folded her test paper into a paper airplane and tossed it out the window. Almost instantly, a balloon filled with answers floated back up. The students copied like crazy, and just as the teacher looked up, the balloon quickly drifted away. Across on the rooftop, a group of girls struck different poses. Those poses were actually the answers. Thanks to this, all the students scored perfect marks. This infuriated the dean. He knew something wasn't right, so he secretly leaked the next exam papers to the girl, then shredded them right in front of their eyes. That night, the girl led their classmates to the garbage dump, determined to piece the shredded exam back together, but the trash pile had become a mountain. After a whole night of frantic work, they finally managed to reconstruct the entire paper. They quickly solved it and memorized all the answers. But the next day, when the test started, all they got were blank papers. Then the examiner pulled back a curtain, revealing a brand new problem. All their efforts had been for nothing. Halfway through the exam, none of the students had done a thing. Meanwhile, all the proctors suddenly rushed to the bathroom. Turns out the students had bribed the cafeteria cook to slip laxatives into the teachers' meals. Only the head examiner remained. Just then, the classroom lights went out. A number appeared on the examiner's back. It was being projected with infrared light from the building across the way. Soon the answers were projected onto the wall, and the students frantically copied them down. The examiner hurried to check the students, but found nothing suspicious. He followed their line of sight but saw nothing unusual. Helpless, he could only watch as the students finished their papers. They thought they'd passed the exam without a hitch, but in the end, every single one of them failed. Turns out they had all gotten the exact same question wrong.